time for the second trial. Okay, here we go. We have to go back to Coffee Addict. I got my energy drink, so we're basically twins, okay? Hey, Nick, what is it this time? You don't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atmy's trial today. Detective Atmy? They say they're going to try him as Mas de Masqua. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see Mas de Masqua's trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she was back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. What is going on? Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please, don't ignore me. Oh, I thought it was, Gato, I can't remember his name. Oh, Mr. Lake, good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean you're the murderer? No, I'm just poor thief. Oh wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor. He was following set plans sent in by somebody else, and he was being blackmailed because he only actually stole something one time. How come? I'm afraid that's not an option. Wait, a race against the clock? Oh, because there's another trial? Because there's a trial happening right next door. Court is now in session. The defense is ready. You are ready? Preparation is the last refugee of the week. Okay, settle down. Alright, let's go, Mr. Gato. He's got the judge in the palm of his hand yet again. Rondelite is simply too young to be sent to war, that's all. I'm afraid I have no idea what this means, Mr. Gato. Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. All my statement means, you understand. I can't read. I can't read anymore. Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. The judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Campbell, CEO of KB Security. Okay, we already know this. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. You know? Please call your first witness. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. That first one, it's always the best. Mr. Gato, your witness. Okay then. Let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Rondelite, has to say for himself. The defendant? Well, Mr. Reich, does the defense have any objections? She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. You've got guts, Trey. Take the stand. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? No, that's not true. For a moment there, I thought we set the record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Knight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. Once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ah, very well. Now then, you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home. Alright, witness. Your hair is glorious, by the way. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where this office was. That was quick. The exact time the murder took place. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. I gotta keep drinking. Ha! It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Very short testimony there, mister. You're absolutely sure about that? Yeah, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No, actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow, my inner clock was also a bit... 1 a.m. It's the exact time the victim was murdered. It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. Is that his entire personality is just coffee? It ordered you there? It was the first time I got in a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters? Of course. Ha! Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say any more. What should I do? Press harder. What did the blackmail letter in question say? It said to bring $50,000. Money, eh? Perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait! Wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh, is that right? After all, I had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. Important point indeed. Huh. A muddy mudskipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. A muddy what? What's a muddy mudskipper? Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? If you don't want your identity revealed. I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask to Masquer thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. Sketchy. It's probably something. I have evidence for that one. Yeah, that's right. A security chief, you? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without a notice. I need to get some, like, candy cigarettes for this guy. Revenge for an old grudge. Perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Please tell us why you were fired. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then I take it... Defendant, please answer the question. I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company. Come again? KB Security has lots of security info. And since I was a security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Mr. Bullard found out and I was fired immediately. What? I wish I'd never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it secret. It made it seem like I'd quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You'd do well to remember that. He sure told you. He stole data. Man, this whole thing just turned. I'm just trying to draw out his testimony a little bit. He said we were racing against the clock. Oh, okay, I know what you mean. Doesn't know her husband was fired. Okay, So the sketchy part is the whole, oh, I'm not afraid of anything, but he said over and over again, my wife can't find out. My wife can't find out. But what evidence do I actually have for that part? I'm not 100% sure. Nope, not that one. Really? Okay, fine. It's gonna be a long day. La 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 la. Honestly, what did the black little letters say? But like, who wouldn't be scared of that? What about the newspaper article, maybe? Really? There's something we have, because he has every reason to be scared of this guy. Also, why would he show up if he wasn't scared? Why did he even go? I'm so confused. Why did you go at all? Okay, hold on. Let's just press again.
Objection.
What do you mean? The victim had no proof the defendant was Master Masqua. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier. But it was all over with, but it's true that the fact that I stole secrets is kept under wraps. Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now a whole year later. Is that really true? What is it, Nick? The fact that Ron was stealing company data. I wonder if he would have had a problem if it ever became public knowledge. Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company data thief was made public. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do by bullying your own client? Huh. Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow. That's exactly right. Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo? Yes, now come on. Provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Let me just save my little progress here. Actually, I'm gonna save it here because I don't trust this. For reasons that will become apparent soon. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data stealing secret from going public? Because of his wife. His wife doesn't know. His wife don't know. It's the wife.
Take that.
What you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been very scared of having a certain person find out your secret. A certain person. Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. But listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins, eh? Gotta. Yeah, we know. It was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. Bobcat. And that is how this murder came about. Oh? Everything is falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Dusty like that, or you'll be sorry. He looks like the Onceler. It seems that we've learned a great deal of the things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Clearly there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. I wish I had my Death Note mug with me. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Jeez. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead, and after that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there dead. I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead. I believe the detective from yesterday provided a similar testimony. Struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Atme turned out to be a culprit, that was all a lie. Huh. No one's gonna believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I was really attacked. We'll find out if you say it's true, not during the cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Trey? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Gatto. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. He's done plenty of other stuff. I don't know why you're so trusting of your clients now. The entire last game was just, don't trust your clients. Who is this suspicious shadow? There was 1,000 of me. What? What? What do you mean, how was he? Was he already dead? Was he alive? Maybe he was the person who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it.
Hold it!
Your forehead? Yeah, I was hit in the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was an amazing, fast, and powerful attack. Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it was fast and powerful, so I think I was a little dazed. Wearing what? That? Could you please clarify? Why, my mask-to-mask costume. Wait, just a moment. Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as mask-to-mask. Then I descended upon the office of the CEO of Kiwi Security. What? Oh, that was a good one. Ha. Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. Seems our little friend in here really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up till now. Wait, that's not right. You know how sometimes you just slip your mind. My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly. I don't know, we can't ignore this new piece of information. I love him. It's just coffee. Maybe Mr. Wright doesn't like coffee and that's why he doesn't like him. Why were you dressed up as Master Masqua? Why? Because I am him. What are you talking about? This trial's being held next door. Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, at the time, I thought I was being blackmailed. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than expected. What is he talking about? Yeah, what? What do you mean took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught in the safe door, you see? This all happens when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body.
What is that? Back up a second.
Yeah?
You were the one that hid the body in the safe?
Yeah.
Inconceivable. Inconceivable! Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking?
Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine?
What?
The answer is simple. When they take them off.
As usual, I have no idea what you're saying.
Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? Huh. So you're not as stupid as you look. His metaphor at this time was really obscure.
Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business?
Well, yeah.
Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Well, witness, make sure you add this to your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hold it!
Why did you hide the body in the safe? Well, because it wouldn't fit in the drawer. That's not exactly what I meant. When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it. Huh. I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body.
That certainly makes more sense.
Hold on. 10 minutes? What is it, Nick? I thought of that too. I just had a thought. Under the circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 minutes to do it? Under those circumstances? What? Oh. Hey, Nick, if you think his behavior is so strange, present some evidence. Okay. Let's save here. Okay. So 10 minutes. Why?
Objection!
Yeah. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record?
What would that be?
The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, the security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m.
What?
If Mr. Rondelite truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way. Huh. Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. Yeah, that's not true. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as chief of security. There's no way he would know that. But as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight couldn't know. Huh. Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's sure a bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off. This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is.
Conscious? What do you mean?
Fine, let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. Let me just do a little bit of saving. This is gonna be the most annoying playthrough of your life. Someone attacked him, he felt dazed, and willing to wager he was knocked unconscious. So what are you trying to say? Mr. Delight was knocked out and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean there was another person in that room. That's right, whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer. Ba-bam.
Order, Mr. Wright, this is preposterous. It was this kid. Rhonda Light is the one who killed Carrie Bullard. I don't know what his yelling voice should sound like. Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. No. The defense opinion is this, Your Honor. What do you think? Huh. I can hear it, the sound of a buzzer. Huh? It's going off inside your head in this very moment. The emergency buzzer to your heart. Is it really? Maybe a little. Mr. Wright. Okay. That's fine. Ugh, guess there's gonna be a chance to be an ace detective. Listen more carefully. There's also like where he was murdered. Oh, no fingerprints. I believe this piece of evidence is incontrovertible evidence. You were whoa. English. The emergency buzzer? Oh yeah, because he wouldn't be wearing gloves. Absolutely not. Huh. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your big mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. Now I'm the one who's clueless. This buzzer has no fingerprints on it. If Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind. Huh! Spit take! Rhonda Light obviously wiped them off. Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button, I know he did. The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Master Masquoi. And he always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have to wipe the button free from fingerprints? Order. It would seem I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow-flavored coffee is. If the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without pressing themselves and putting themselves in danger? What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden? Huh. Looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're onto you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit... Okay, I'm gonna save this. That's fine. I only lost like one little tidbit from messing that up, so it's fine. It was killed around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place. The killer clobbered Mr. Light, then sounded the buzzer. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed, security was supposed to respond. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well, then. You've got some guts. I like that in an opponent. What did the real killer sound? The killer knew that if they pressed the button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. You don't mean the killer? Yes. Although, as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Huh. What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When the buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delight, who was out cold. And the 3rd person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen?
The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Rhonda Light. And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer. Exactly. That was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Rhonda Light for the murder. Sorry. Oh, sorry, the spit take. I can't spit take on my computer. Order. Huh. It would seem. Who is this guy, bro? I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only Master Moskwa. We're gonna drag that person in here right now. But who is it? La 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 la. La 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 la. The real killer. I don't trust his wife, but we're gonna say it was him. Detective Luke at me. He's the one who could have done it. Ace Detective. Luke at me. You mean Master Moskwa did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Moskwa at all. He is in actuality the true murderer of Kane Bullard. I don't know why. I just mix things up and hope that's correct. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder. Which is the more serious crime? They're not even close. Murder is more serious, of course. It's a capital crime subject to capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Luke Adamy confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, famous detective was unmasked as well. Master Moskwa. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty. He had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty was Luke Adamy's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. A guilty verdict is an alibi. So smart. You know? It's almost time. For what? For Luke Adamy's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all. If we're gonna stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course. That's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Oh no. Oh no. I don't have proof. I don't have any proof. We already insured and failed to provide adequate proof of his true crime. Mr. Light would be left with no grounds for appeal. Ah! I bet it's only good when your life's fiance. What? Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. Delight. So please. I'm begging you. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Phoenix. Mia. What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of something, because I clicked too fast. That voice, it sounds like... Mia. Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Huh. So that's your answer, huh? Very well. I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Adamy to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. What the? Hi. I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh, Sir Detective Adamy, you were the one who... That's enough! Whoa! 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 Who's this beach bum? This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. The court finds defendant Luke Adamy. Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please. Well, well, sir lawyer. Welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser, eh? My name's Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man. Look at me. Accusation? You accuse Master Masqua? That man is not Master Masqua. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? He looks like a beach dude. Finger wave of shame. To be continued. We're gonna be doing another trial. Please tell me we get our normal judge. Who is this beach bum judge? This Walmart clearance brand judge? No thank you. Anyway, see you next time.